Hey everybody, welcome back to Kasa Travels. Today, we're on a mission to find Florida's most famous seasonal residents. And no, I don't mean the snowbirds from Wisconsin. We're pedaling 4 miles through Fort Myers. It's a Florida workout, which means 10% cardio and 90% trying not to melt in the sidewalk. Behind me is the Florida Fort Myers plant, FPL. Most people see the power plant. Manatees see a giant industrial water heater. This place is basically the boiler room for the local ecosystem. Here's the science. When the Gulf drops below 68 degrees, manatees get cold stress. So they can swim up here to soak in the plant's warm water discharge. It's clean, it's cozy, and it's the closest thing the sea cow has to a 5-star spa. The best part? This isn't even a spring. It's man-made warm zone. If the power goes out, manatees start looking for their robes and slippers. Well, here you go, we've made it. And look at these guys. Nothing says Florida Christmas like 2-ton sea potatoes and Santa hats. They've got the style, they've got the warmth. Now let's see if we can find the real ones. As we head to the viewing area, let's get you up to speed on these sea potatoes. First off, they aren't actually fat, they're just big bone. Most of that chub is actually a massive digestive system to process all the salad they eat. These guys are basically underwater elephants. They're more closely related to jumbo than to dolphins. They even have 3 or 4 toenails on their flippers and use their snouts like a prehensile trunk to grab snacks. And they have a weird dental plan. It's called marching molars. They consistently grow new teeth in the back that push the old ones out the front. It's like a conveyor belt of calcium. If only human braces were that easy. Here's a spooky one. Manatees only have 6 neck vertebrae. Almost every other animal, including giraffes and human, have 7. That means that manatees can't turn their heads. If they want to look at you, they have to rotate their entire 2,000-pound body like a slow-moving submarine. And speaking of, I think I see a snout. Let's get a closer look. They can hold their breath for 20 minutes, but they usually pop up every 3 to 5 to say hi. And here at the Manatee Park, they've actually learned to come here. It's a passed down family tradition. Moms teach their calves that this power plant is the place to be at wintertime. And there it is, the legendary snout pop. You see that? They don't have blowholes like dolphins. They just have these giant muscular nostrils that seal shut like a vault door. They pop up, take a massive breath, literally replacing 90% of the air in their lungs, and in one go, they sink back down like a leaky submarine. Humans usually breathe about 10 or 15% of our lung capacity. But manatees, they're overachievers. They're basically the Olympic athletes of holding your breath while doing absolutely nothing. If you see them bumping into each other, they aren't being rude. Manatees are covered in thousands of tiny hairs. Think of them like whiskers, but all over their entire bodies. They use them to see the world around them. Since the water here in the runoff can be a bit murky, they're basically feeling their way through the crowd. It's like being at a crowded concert in the dark, but everybody is wearing a velvet suit and nobody is in a rush to get to the stage. Now you might wonder why they're all huddled right here. That power plant I showed you earlier, on a cold morning, you can sometimes see hundreds of them in this canal. It's a bit of a catch-22 though, because they've become so reliant on Florida power and light. Their little hot tub, they've actually stopped migrating further south like they used to. It's the ultimate work-from-home setup. Why travel 200 miles to the Keys when the local power company is providing free central heating right here in Fort Myers? I get it. I wouldn't want to leave my heated blanket either. A lot of people ask if they can feed them. The answer is a huge no. Aside it being from illegal, these guys are strict vegetarians. They eat 100 to 200 pounds of seagrass and aquatic weeds every single day. That's like you or me eating 400 heads of lettuce before dinner. They're so chill that they have zero natural predators. No one messes with the manatee, not even gators. Gators usually just look at them and think, nah, too much work. They are the undisputed kings and queens of the no-stress lifestyle. If we could all be 10% more manatee, the world would be a much better, quiet place. If you were paying attention earlier, you probably saw the signs on our walk saying kayak rental ahead. Well, these are the kayaks you get to use. They have 1 and 2 man. Sandy and I did this a couple of years ago. It was a lot of fun. It takes about probably an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you can get pretty far down the river and see a whole lot of manatees. Here's a better view of the viewing area for the manatees in the canal. There's this little bay, and this thing just gets stacked up with manatees during season. So Manatee walks into a bar with a steering wheel in his pants. And the bartender says, "Pardon me, Mr. Manatee, you know there's a steering wheel in your pants?" And the manatee says, "Arr, she's driving me nuts."